Well, hello there, Apple Bites. This is your Apple Bite, Rit Ralph talking to you straight from our show here, Apple Bites, where we take a bite out of the apple and share it with all of you. Because there's so many apples that we need to be sharing and having fun with and enjoying. And if you share the apple, it makes it easier to rise to the top. Come on.
You know, my daughter can only eat the middle of the apple. She won't eat the top or bottom. So she always eats half the apple and then passes it to me to finish.
I have a friend like that.
Yeah. And I'm always like, seriously? But then I'm like, but don't throw it away. That's a good apple still.
Oh, my God.
Well, my daughter won't eat an apple unless it's chopped up. She won't actually bite into an apple.
That's funny. That would be my son, my 12-year-old.
People used to laugh at me because I would eat the entire apple. They're like, no, you're supposed to throw away the core. Like, why?
You eat the core?
Yeah.
It's roughage, man.
I'm actually allergic to apples. I'm allergic to apples.
Oh, Frank, I'm sorry. You can't.
Yeah, I found out when my dad's mom had passed away, like a few days before. No, I'm sorry, like a couple years before. She made Jake, you can't be doing this.
Talk about kids.
You know, yeah. You know, it's just my grandmother 2 years before she passed, she made a homemade apple pie, and I got so sick. I was like they had like a back room in a Florida house, and I got so sick, and I haven't tried apples ever since.
That's the worst when you don't know you have the allergy and you find out the hard way because oh my God, that is the worst.
Yeah, but it's like it was like having that fresh made apple pie. It was great, but I was holding my stomach for the next day and a half.
Well, that's also what makes it worse is that most of the times when it comes something we're allergic to, we like it.
Now, are you sure that you're allergic to it, or do you think maybe you just ate too many apples?
No,
So when I was a kid, my parents took me to a strawberry farm, and I ate so many strawberries. I ate so many strawberries that I vomited red.
Oh,
my mom was really scared because she thought the red was blood.
Oh no!
It turns out that it was just strawberries. So for years and years, I wouldn't eat strawberries because of that one experience. And then one day I tried a strawberry and I was like, oh my God, these are delicious. Why haven't I been eating these all this time?
Frank, you got to try an apple again, man. It's been 40 years.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be 50 on the 27th, so figure that I was still in high school when that happened.
For your 50th.
It was like 92. I was like a sophomore in high school. So
wow.
So I mean, doing the math, that's probably about what 30 plus years, 32 years.
With me, it's shrimp. Like I'll feel fine. Like, but people will just be like, "Hey, man, what the heck's going on?" Because I'll just have red dots coming out of here and here, just break out. Okay. But I'll feel fine.
Shrimp, all right, maybe not the apples per se, but like different strawberries, fruits, fish, their milks. Those are all common things that people can be allergic to. And listen, I didn't know I was allergic to apples, but it's funny. Like I could drink, like I'll buy Minute Maid, right? Minute Maid fruit punch, right? No problem with that. But just as an apple as a main ingredient, yeah, that's where it'll just get me. But it's just ironic, it's just so many different things. Peanuts is another very good.
A lot of people are just peanuts.
That one because our not the editor Nathan is allergic to nuts.
And then you could go with the breads, right? Certain things in breads people can't have. They have to have the specialty breads and stuff like that. All
right, so here we go. It's time to party on. We were at Randolph Community Center this weekend doing Books in Bloom. It was a fantastic little event. Folks, if you get a chance to go to it next year, it was nice. Great little location. It was nice and homey. What do you think?
Was that the kick to me? I couldn't hear you.
Yes. What do you think, Paul?
Oh yeah, I mean, it was at the Randolph Community Center. It was really cool. They had probably about 25 authors attending, and it was all different types. It was kids, romance, horror, a lot of murder mystery authors. It was great. Really nice people, and made some good connections. I think. I just what I found most interesting was the community was looking to help each other out, meaning that. My wife is looking to start her own book, and everyone come up to me and say, listen, if she needs help, tap me, and I will go ahead and do what I can. I think people really realize that, like you said, Ralph, all rising ships, rising tides raise all ships, and this is exactly what it was at this event. It was really cool. And Christina, Gerlich, she was just a great host.
Oh, yeah.
We put together a great event. It was really nice. They had free hot chocolate and cookies. You can't beat that. The library was there selling books for $5 wrapped up in brown wrapping paper, and you had to guess what the book was. So it was like a kind of blind sale, but they put a tea bag and a chocolate on each book so you can cozy up with a book. It was really a lot of fun. I have to say, cool. It was really, like Ralph said, really warm-hearted. And
it was down to earth. We do a lot of shows, Paul, where we do all these conventions and it's all this hoopla, and it felt so good to like be somewhere everybody's enjoying themselves. It felt warm, it felt cuddly. It was all good stuff.
Yep, it was really approachable. It wasn't like overwhelming, and we got there after evidently a big crowd. I mean, they said when it first opened up, they had people lined up out the door to go in, which is good to hear for for the event itself. So
yes, folks, support your local small events, because the small events are how you get to the big events.
And where was this event?
Jersey,
it was,
right?
Books in Bloom in the Randolph Community Center in New Jersey.
Got it. Nice.
Fantastic. So Joshua, I know you got to go early today, so let's start this off. Let's kick this off. Let's put you on the spot so you can give them the spiel.
Sweet. All right. Well, I am back with time sensitive number 2. This is my high concept, brain candy, mind bending, existential, time travel, sci-fi comic. If you like comics that make you think and might make you cry, things like Interstellar, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Severance, then this is for you. We are launching tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., and I am not done making my Kickstarter page. So that's why I'm not going to be able to stay for the entire show. But I'm super excited about this. This is my first comic I've ever done, but I've been doing video games forever. You guys know this. We
love you. We love video games.
So I got a long track record, like games like Assassin's Creed 2 and Destiny and Walking Dead at Telltale and Outriders and many. I've been doing this for like 15 years. I've got a gray beard for a reason. But I've always wanted to do comics, and this was an idea that has just been sitting in my head. It would keep me up at night wanting to write notes about it. The world kept getting bigger and bigger. I tried to think of it as a comic, as a video game at first, and did like a whole design document for it because I figured, well, the people I know with money, they make games, so that's what I should pitch. But the truth was, I knew it as a linear story. This is a story. Right. I knew the beginning, middle, and end. And I just thought, you know what? I'm getting too old to wait for anybody to give me a green light. I don't need a studio. I can do this myself.
Nice.
And I learned how to write a comic. I taught myself how. I spent like a year practicing, learning how to do a Kickstarter, reaching out to artists. This artist, George Coelho, the fact that he responded to me, and actually, to be fair, the way that I got to him was not directly by writing to him. I wrote to people way above my weight belt class. Like I wrote to, I wrote to many, but the only one who actually wrote back to me was Philippe Andrade, who is the Portuguese artist known for, I mean, he's done Marvel for 10 years, Fantastic Four, Doctor Strange, but he's known for The Many Deaths of Lila Starr and Rare Flavors, these award-winning creator-owned comics that are amazing. He wrote back and said, dude, well, he didn't say dude, he's Portuguese. He said, Portuguese for dude. I love your work. He said, I love this concept. But I'm busy for like the next 13 years. But I have a friend who digs time travel, and he's just getting off a project, and he may be into this. And so he connected me to George, and George was like, I'm only busy for 6 months, and if you can wait, I would love to do this. And I was like raring to go. But I was like, okay, quality is more important than speed. And so I said, I will wait for you. And it was the best move I ever made, because working with someone that talented and who knows what he's doing is like, it just made everything I do better. So it was incredible. So this book, we came out with our first issue in September of last year is when we launched. It was a 34-page book, beautiful colors. I was incredibly anxious whether anybody would show up, but people totally showed up. It turned out that all of the lessons I had taught myself about how to do a Kickstarter worked exactly as people said they would. I'm glad I got an education in it before just going out to friends and family and seeing what happened, because literally, even though like I have a mailing list of friends and family that has thousands of people on it, 8% of those people showed up. But the fact that I did advertising, the fact that I reached out to the world, that I showed people, more than friends and family what I was doing, like people were interested. There was an audience, and we cleared our funding goal in 48 hours.
Nice.
And then hit by the end 465% past our funding goal.
That is beautiful.
Wow, that's great.
It was incredible. It was it paid me back for the work I had put into it, hiring artists, and gave me money to hire the artists again to start doing a second issue. I don't have enough to publish it, so that's what the second Kickstarter is for. But it was incredible. It was an amazing ride, and now issue 2 is here. The team has gotten even bigger and better. In addition to George, we have a new colorist in Sarah Stern. I don't know if you know her name, but she has done like 300 plus comics, Marvel, DC, Image, Star Wars, Batman, Batgirl, Captain America. I mean, she's like incredible. Like, I can't believe she said yes to do this comic. And like, she's just blowing this thing out of the water. Yeah, that's her. And then on top of that, we have Emma Stone doing design. She came in and she did our hardcover. In addition to our soft cover, we do a hardcover edition that has just like 50 pages of back matter. It's really beautiful and incredibly well designed. And then we have these amazing variant artists. So this year, for issue 2, Felipe Andrade, who introduced me to George to begin with, came back to do a cover, and it's stunning. I mean, it's colored pencils. It's like a David Hockney painting meets a film noir with this drunk, bleached out LA sun. It's incredible. And so to release it, we're actually doing a limited edition holo foil cover. So the entire thing has this like rainbow gold sheen to it. And we're only doing 300 of them, limited edition.
Nice. That's a way to do Kickstarter. Give them something that only the Kickstarter can give them.
Yeah, something unique. Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. 300, never printed again. Then Stefano Simeone, he's an Italian artist I discovered from Rome. He's got a new creator-owned out with Ignition called No Place that I thought was amazing. I loved his colors, his covers, and I thought he would be perfect to introduce this new character that we have coming into issue 2, who is this time navigator. And I love this cover, the one in the middle. I cannot wait to put this on my wall. And then the third one is by Simon Roy. Simon is like this like mind-blowingly weird. He's not weird. He's like a sweet big dude, but his work is the wildest, weirdest, most brain exploding stuff. He did the Image reboot for Profit back in '92. If you guys remember that, that went for years. And I remember reading that, and that like brought me back to my Mobius and heavy metal days. And he's got all this creator-owned stuff now on Patreon that's amazing. He just came out with a book called A Star Called the Sun that you have got to check out. It is like these crazy alien world short stories. So we befriended each other on Twitter. He's a sweetheart. He agreed to do a cover. So he did this like time travel version that shows like classic time travel fantasy of all these times at once. We have a fourth cover that is only going to be available for the first 3 days. It's not there. Let me actually pull up an image of it that I can share with you.
Sounds good to me.
Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Ba-doop. Here we go. And then let's see if
looking forward to this. Nice.
Oh, wait, no, that didn't work. Okay, I'm gonna have to find another version of it. Hold on.
I gotta say, I completely understand. Like I said, most of the times I got so many stuff open back here.
Trying to like manage your own windows in the middle of a show, right? This is not.
Always. That's why I do the '80s thing where I sit here and go, if only I can talk at the same time that I'm doing. Because I watch enough '80s movies, and that's exactly how I do it. You see, I hear this clacking.
No, you gotta go to a random computer and figure out the password right away.
Exactly.
Oh, his daughter's birthday. I got it. One try.
Can you tell we watch a lot of '80s movies and shows, folks?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to try and figure out how to present. Okay, here we go.
The little plus screen should let you do that.
Okay, share screen. Let's see if I can get just this one. There we go. All right.
There we go.
Is it working?
At the stage. Oh, I got to get rid of this one first. And now I can add this one. There you go.
There we go.
Whoa.
Nice.
So this is by a Polish artist named Igor Wolski. He is like a European cult star. He has got a book in Europe, in Poland, called Knight Janek, that is basically like medieval knight versus kaijus. It is completely outrageously over the top. I fell in love with his work, and he did this cover for me that like introduces our first like big time travel sequence in the comic. And it's like, and then George came in and did the colors. And
I love this busy cover. It's like I don't know, it just like calls to me.
Nice. Yeah, I'm in love with it too. It just has this like, you know, the color of the sky and that shadowscape that George did is amazing.
The amount of people on it, what's going on, the busyness of it. Oh my God, yeah.
And the faces are kind of like Jorge, like Tintin almost. Yeah, it's really great. And so this one we're only doing for the first 72 hours. So if you don't get it in the
first 72 hours, you are asked out.
Yes, exactly. This is your one chance. 72 hours.
Somebody saying that they're getting one of those already.
Yeah.
So what are you trying to say? It's time sensitive?
That was nice.
So, you know what I haven't done yet is I haven't actually pitched the book to you guys. So for those of you who don't know,
you know what it is, Joshua? You know that we know what the book is. So you're going off of that. So tell the people, go ahead, give them the spiel.
Yes. And Arg Scott, who I see, he's one of our backers. Thank you for being here, man. So this is a book about all right, I just distracted myself. Let me see if I can still remember how to pitch it without giving too much away. Okay. All right. The quick pitch is this is about a detective named Caleb Stone whose wife disappears at a gas station. Classic noir. But when he goes looking for her, everyone tells him that she's been dead for 6 years. That the woman he remembers waking up with that morning, he was never married to. And the only person who believes him is this mysterious 15-year-old girl who says she's from the future and says she knows why his wife was deleted. So that's issue 1. That's the first half. It goes crazy from there, leaves you on a total cliffhanger. Issue 2 is where the training wheels come off. George says issue 1 was like a character study. It was like really about like getting to know these characters. Issue 2 is world building. It's where we expand on everything you think you know about where this is going and takes you to some really intense, really scary, really heartbreaking places as he realizes what kind of world he's suddenly in. I've already started writing issue 3. Issue 3 is like over the top. It's insane. I mean, let me finish. I finished writing issue 3 and George is about to start drawing it.
Ooh.
And it is so heartbreaking. Like I made myself cry when I read it back the other day.
That's always important.
So I'm really about like, I want characters that you connect with, characters that you can be moved by, and sci-fi that is going to excite the shit out of you, make you think, and like really good action and comedy. Like these are the things that you want in a good story. So if you're new, if you didn't read issue 1, but you want to, don't worry, because this is issue 1 and 2 together, and you will get to read both. You can also get issue 1 at a discount on the Kickstarter tomorrow.
At a discount. Oh, you're really trying to entice the people. You're trying to seduce them. You're trying to make them come over. You got special covers that only last for 72 hours.
Exactly.
You got, covers that you won't ever see anywhere else again.
All right, tell the truth. Am I being too much of a salesman? I feel like I'm such a shill sometimes. Like I just want people to read my book.
I really believe when you're doing a Kickstarter, you need to give the audience something to get happy about. Yeah. I feel like a lot of people have taken Kickstarters and gone a whole different direction with it, where they just give you the same thing you would get if you see them at a con. And I'm like, no, you got to give me something so I can support the Kickstarter. Yeah. Then give me something else so I can support the con. If you give me a good cover here and a good cover here, I might buy both covers.
Yeah, I think that's right. I mean, I think it's really about like what makes Kickstarter special. Is that it allows you to have this connection between the creator and the audience that is really, really unique. Like you really get to have this like intimate, very one-on-one back and forth connection with people. And I have a Discord, people are coming. There's hundreds of people who've joined the Discord and like it's really nice, like the energy in there. And then on top of that is this idea that you really can give things that are really special. Like make it about what can you only get when we're together in this Kickstarter that you can't get anywhere else. I love it.
He's saying it, making it hard not to buy it again. So I guess you're a good salesman.
Thank you, man. I'm not a natural salesman at all. I'm all learning as I go. So if it's working, thank you. Please tell me when it gets annoying.
But it's funny because and I've told you this before. There's this passion, that you put your project out with, out there with, it's hard not to get excited because you're excited, know. And we've seen people where you go to their booths and it's like, this is my comic, and I'm like, dude, come on.
You want to be passionate about what you're creating too, because it gives up the vibe that you stand behind what you're creating, and you should. But if you go to someone's table and you're trying, like Ralph said, like not really like 100% driving force behind it, then that doesn't make you want to eagerly engage anymore. You want to be passionate about what you're creating. 100%.
I mean, I can't help it. I mean, I feel like, I'm finally set free. Like I'm finally getting to do my own original work. Like, I mean, I'm very, very lucky. I've gotten to work on incredible games. Thank you, man.
Right. Excitement is infectious.
But it's real. Like it really is. Like, this is like what I've always wanted to do, and I'm not letting anyone say no to me anymore. I'm just doing it.
See, that's what you got to do sometimes, you know.
Yeah,
and I feel like you're kind of showcasing to people, you know, that you know, get out there, do what you need to do. You know, it's going to be difficult. You're going to have to figure out how to get the money to do what you're doing, but it's worth it.
You know what I love? It has just the right level of geekiness. It says cryogenic hallucinatory memory disorder. I mean, I gotta love just that right level of geekiness right in there. Josh actually applied a real phobia to what this guy's going through.
Paul, thank you so much for backing the book. I can't believe I love that you're holding it up right there. That really means a lot. Thank you.
I have to say the story is great. I loved it. The artwork's amazing. You know, I'll be on board for issue 2. I'm not sure how much I could fund because, you know, it is what it is, but I'm looking forward to the next issue. Should be really good.
Awesome.
Should be very good.
Thank you, man.
Yep.
Wow.
And I gotta say, like, you know, there's a noir feel to these covers, even though it's not classic noir. There is a noir feel to these covers, and I feel like, you know, people want to take noir and make it into one thing, but noir has so many aspects of it, and this is one of the aspects of noir that I feel like a lot of people don't do anymore.
Well, I love the kind of sun-drenched LA noir of the 60s and 70s, like, you know, Body Heat and
and that's what this feels like. This feels like those LA noir type of things. Kind of reminds me of the video game LA Noir.
By the way, can you see the sci-fi element in the Felipe Andrade cover? There's like
definitely
there's a riddle in there. Like, you have to look before you see what's missing.
And that's one of the things I'm saying, you know, because people forget that there's sci-fi noir. You know, they sit there and they go, sci-fi noir, that doesn't go together.
Oh no, I mean, what's Blade Runner if not sci-fi noir?
A beautiful sci-fi noir too.
It's more of that than cyberpunk.
Oh my god, you know, I always go to Blade Runner and people always go, but that's different, Ralph. Oh my god, I'm not sure how it's different because
it's only Sam Spade. I mean, it's Sam Spade in 2029. What's
exactly?
Yeah. Wait, did Blade Runner take place in 2029?
Yeah, I think 2049 was a new one. I think it was 20 years later, something like that.
2029 was.
I forgot about the new one.
Yeah.
Oh, the new one is so good.
The new one's great. Yeah,
I like
Harrison Ford though. In the whole,
it's like, it's the same director from Doom, but I like this more than the Doom movies. I don't know, because something about to me the Doom. I mean, I don't know, something like that world, that Blade Runner world. I mean, you can make a 10-hour movie and I'll still be there. I don't care. But Dune, I'm like, it's a little too much sad. I don't know.
I gotta say, like, when I saw Blade Runner, I wanted to be in that world. I wanted to play in that world, and I went off looking for role-playing games that gave me that feeling. You know, and I found Shadowrun, and I found a lot of stuff like that had that feel of sci-fi noir. Like, you know, you wanted to be in there. He's saying that love the Andrade cover, but it's so hard to choose.
All those covers are great, man.
Yeah,
great.
That's why I have them up so much, because look at these things, man.
Those things are.
You are making it difficult though, because and then you got the exclusive ones attached to the Kickstarter.
So I did make it easy to get all of them. If you get a bundle, it's like a 45% discount. It's like everything is just like, you know, drop down. Yeah.
See, that's the way to do it. Entice, seduce.
You know what's great about the indie art world of comics, books, art, whatever, you're creating something, right? And you stand before, you know, it doesn't matter if you do books, if you do a game, if you do comics, right? You're passionate, right? And you're driven. And that's the one thing that makes anybody that Ralph could have on these shows, right? You know, or when you go to any of these cons, that they're all driven. You know, if you're not driven, then why are you doing this? You know, if you're not passionate about it, then why are you doing this? You know,
I mean, I can't imagine anyone who's doing creative work that they're not passionate about. I think
exactly
is like getting in front of it and understanding, as I kind of have had to learn, that like you as the front man, you are the IP. People are they're connecting to you as much as they are to the work. And I remember like the very first video that I made, like saying, okay, I'm going to be making comic books now. I showed it to my wife and she was like, oh God, you are so earnest. You can't, don't put that out there. Like, you've got to like, can you like hire like a, an online media consultant or something to teach you how to do this? And I was like, oh, fuck. And I instantly took it off. But I started showing it to other people in comics.
Like us.
What do you think of this?
And I told you the same thing, dude. The fact that you're so earnest is what makes it so great, because you sit there and you're going, dude, he's just telling me about his book. He's not selling me his book. He's telling me about his book.
Yeah. And I think that's what people are like, gave back to me like that. It's about, you're just being authentic and you're a dork and that's okay. And, so I really like learning that. I think that's the step that so many people don't take, is in this like social media age and having to table at Comic Cons. Like, you have to be the voice of your comic and you have to engage people with that passion that you put into that comic. And it's hard to like talk. It's hard to like make sense and talk about what you're doing.
But also you're doing it easily, or you're doing it freely. But at the same time, some people will find that so difficult to do because they don't like sharing of themselves like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's hard. And so, yeah, I mean, I think if there's anything to give as a lesson, it's like, learn to be okay with just being you. Just be you and put yourself in front of a camera, put yourself at that table at a con, and speak from a place of your joy that you felt as you created. And if you can do that, people will connect with it and they're not going to judge you. I mean, maybe they'll judge you. Some people will judge you. Fuck those guys.
Somebody's always going to judge you.
But you know what?
You're not doing it for them.
Exactly.
No, right.
I mean, I think the whole point of doing this project is you're creating something that you want to see in the world, you know?
Yeah.
And chances are there's someone else who wants to see that in the world too, you know? So that's where your passion should come from.
Well, we all have our passion for our projects that we have, but it's, we're like Tony said, you're getting it out and making it seen. You're going, you're doing the social media thing. Listen, I was never the greatest social media person, and like a lot of us, we had to learn and go. Some people gave us pointers that were friends or became friends. Hey, why don't you try this or whatever, and listen, I post all the time. I have a marketer that I've gotten over the last probably year, but you tried what works, and if you get the reach, you get the reach, and along the way we all have had help. We had advice. We're not all perfect. Sometimes like Rome falls and then it gets rebuilt and then it rises again, right? It's like the Mummy and Brandon Fraser, it came back alive. I'm sorry, I'm a Brandon Fraser fan, so I'm sorry. Not like you guys could tell.
Oh, we are. Don't worry. That's why we're looking forward to the next Mummy movie.
Yeah, but I mean, in essence, it's exactly, dad jokes aside, but it's very true. We all try things that haven't worked, and I'm sure we could probably go down a list.
And we'll try a bunch of other things that don't work.
Right. And then you try what does work. And we gravitate towards what obviously does, and the reach that we've gotten, and the fans that you create. And that's, you try the best to do that. And when you get the fans back, that is just glorification on what each of us are trying to do and build from that. And that's what's great. And I'm sorry.
It's all trial and error. It's all
100%.
What we got to do. So Joshua, I know you got to go. Tell the people one last time where they can find you, all the good stuff, and of course we're gonna have you on the show once the Kickstarter gets flowing.
Sweet. We launch tomorrow morning, March 17th, Tuesday. 10 a.m. East Coast time, New York. I am a New York artist. That's why I'm on this show. I'm very excited. It's Kickstarter. It's time sensitive, number 1 and 2. Ralph, I think you posted the links in the chat.
Yep.
So thank you so much. And we'll be up for a month. But obviously, if you come in the first 3 days, you get that incredible Igor Volsky cover.
Yeah.
And it really helps us beat that Kickstarter algorithm if you can come in the first 3 days. It really tells the Kickstarter that we are on the map. Then they will do more to support us. I should also say we got a project we like, project we love a badge from Kickstarter. And I'll tell you the secret to that. You just got to ask. Right.
Is it
Otherwise, they're not just going to pick you. You have to ask.
Is it that simple? Wow.
I don't know if they give
again,
it to everyone.
Back to what we're saying, though, sometimes you got to speak for yourself.
I don't know if they give it to everyone who asks, but I definitely know they're not going to give it to you if you don't ask. So that was an important lesson, figuring that one out.
Well, that's good to know, folks. Now, put it out there, make it happen. I am going to add to the fact that he has said about being on the algorithm. What you want to do is you want to follow like they're doing right here, and that puts you in a great place. The more followers you have, the better kickoff that you will have. It also means that all these people will see when you kick off. Yeah. And then that gives you that boost. Yeah. At the same time, the more people support this in the first couple of the first 24 hours are the most important part of the Kickstarter. The first 48 hours is as important. But if you can get this funded in the first 24 hours, that gives the Kickstarter an amazing place to go. And some of these people don't even have that big of a funding goal. So go help them out. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you guys, thank you so much. I'm going to stick around a little bit longer because I want to hear about Grant's book.
No problem.
But I'm
Argues like the secret is out.
If I could add one thing to Frank's comment, I mean, putting yourself out there is really important, but you got to realize you just got to throw all your modesty out the window. And Rafael can attest to that for me. I mean, if I wasn't doing what I'm doing and just saying, okay, WTF, just I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing at every show. So it's really a lot of fun, and it doesn't matter if you get embarrassed or not. Just go ahead and do it.
I gotta say, Paul, I gotta give you credit because the professor alone, amazing idea. It gives you a whole thing when you're out there as the professor. I mean, when the professor is out there helping you out. Because
people don't recognize me. I'll be in my costume. I'll go up. I'll talk to them for a half hour. I'll come back 20 minutes later out of costume. It's like, yeah, who are you? I said, I was just here for a half hour. You don't remember?
Dude, I gotta say that Paul,
that costume is awesome, dude.
Understand that Clark Kent and Superman can happen.
That's great.
So Paul, that you came up to me in New York, and I'm like, I knew because we bumped into each other numerous of times and whatever. And I said, when I see you, I'm like, yo, that costume is so awesome.
The wig is just way too hot. I got to get a Jimmy Buffett character. That way,
I think what you need to do is like install like a little fan so it can cool you.
I don't know.
All right, Grant. It is your turn. Tell the people all the good stuff. Give them the spiel. Go for it, Grant.
Hey, everybody. My name is Grant. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah. We sound good.
Okay, so my title is called League of Cryptids. This is issue number 4. But if you haven't checked out issues 1 through 3, those are available as well. The idea behind the comic book is essentially like the Avengers, but instead of superheroes, it's cryptids. The 5 most popular cryptids: Sasquatch, Loch Ness Monster, Jersey Devil, Chupacabra, and Mothman.
Nice.
Are all sent here. Each one of those guys is a representative from a League of Planets. And they were sent here to help protect Earth and help humans develop. And in this comic book, they have to defend Earth from an alien invasion. And the aliens who are invading are basically based on the Loveland Frogmen, which is another actual cryptid.
I like the fact that you've done your research, because somebody would have done this and gone, just throw some cryptids out there. And I like the twist that these guys are from other planets.
Yeah.
So the hard thing about developing the characters was making them based in reality, but also different enough from what people already know.
Right.
So there's a little bit of a twist to each of the characters,
which is good. That's what you want to give people.
right?
Oh, that's a nice cover.
Thanks.
What is that a reference to? I know that layout.
To my knowledge, it's not an homage.
Oh,
it kind of reminds me of something, though. You're right.
It does. Me too, but I can't.
Yeah, we can't place it, so don't worry. It's gonna hit you like later on, when you're asleep. You go, aha!
I feel like it's like a famous like Daredevil or Elektra cover with like.
Oh, you might be right. Yeah.
I can't.
Oh yeah, you might be right. The hand chasing Daredevil. Yeah. Yeah, interesting. But it looks really good. I like the colors on this.
Thanks, guys.
Grant, are you the artist or the writer?
A little bit of both.
Oh, cool.
So I wrote the title and I did some of the art, but not all of the art.
Huh. Does that mean you like do layouts and have someone finish it, or how does it work?
So I do the layouts and I do the inks. And my friend Antonio does a little bit more complicated pencils.
I gotta say,
I see. So
this
you
is
do
another
layouts.
beautiful cover.
I like that. So you do layouts, someone else pencils based off your layouts, and then you ink those.
Exactly.
Cool. And then you have a colorist?
Yeah, so we have a true, I would say, collaboration.
Cool.
Yeah, I gotta say, your covers really do stand out. They look simplistic, but at the same time, they have a pop to them. This is like really basic, but at the same time, look at this thing. This is just wow.
Yeah, thanks. I'm really happy with how everything turned out.
And that's what you want. You want to cover so people go, I want this.
Well, yeah, of course.
Thanks, guys.
That's right. I forgot you're part of Comicsburg as well.
We are. Yeah.
I was just talking to him at Big Apple a couple months ago.
Oh,
yeah.
you ran into Manny.
Yeah. He's great. He's always a blast to talk to.
Comicsburg. I like that logo. That's really cool.
Thanks.
Folks, yeah, check out Comicsburg. There's a couple of creators on it. They do great stuff. They do a lot of stuff, and they even have their own web series.
All right, guys, I have to jump. Grant, your comic looks very cool. I'm excited to check it out. Thank you so much for having me on. I have to go literally finish my Kickstarter page.
Don't worry, we'll have you back on before your Kickstarter ends, so we can get in the middle of it. Maybe the nitty gritty. Sometime, maybe in 2 weeks.
Sounds great. I would be happy to.
Maybe
All right.
tomorrow. Good luck, Joshua.
Good luck.
Thank you, Paul. Great to see you guys. Ralph, thanks for inviting me on again. I'll see you guys soon.
You're welcome anytime, brother.
Bye.
Even if you want to come and geek out.
Cheers. Thank you.
All right, folks, I'm putting the link into the comment section there so you guys can go check this out.
Dude, so far the Kickstarter's going pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
We're on Kickstarter for about 40 days. We have 30 left, and we're a little bit over halfway. So
it's a good place to be, yeah, especially with so much time left. That means we can give them extra money for these beautiful books.
Exactly.
Let me go back up here so I can show you guys where we are. And you guys can all see the beautiful pages again. There we go. We are 1,412. He needs to get to the 2,500, so he's right there. He's already got 85 backers. That's pretty good numbers there.
This is what I always say. What I always say is I set up my Kickstarter so that I break even.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, I do want to make more money than just the minimum.
Yeah. We like to tell people also that, at the same time, nobody is making money here. Everybody's trying to make their next book. Because all the money that's put into these things just goes into the next book.
Exactly.
Grant, yeah, I'm on your page. Is $25 what I should do? That'll get me issue 1 and 2. Is that correct?
So this is issue number 4. If you want to get all 4, we do have a catch-up tier.
Oh, you do?
Is that the $25 pledge?
Yeah.
All right. Done.
That's it? It's a nice little $25 pledge. Dude, folks, you guys can afford this. Go over there.
Okay, you're $25 closer. You're good.
All
Thank you so much.
right. Go, Paul, go.
Yeah.
I can't tell who is talking, but whoever's talking, thank you for pledging.
That was Paul.
That was Paul.
Okay. Oh, Paul. Okay. Thank you, Paul.
Yeah, I got to log into Kickstarter. Give me a second.
There it is. The Print League of Cryptids Ketchup.
There you go.
I like the fact that you put ketchup.
Yeah.
I mean, $4
actually had
$25 is cheap, so it's good.
Well, thanks, guys.
What were we about to say, Grant?
No, I was going to say I've had people tell me that ketchup was misspelled, and I'm like, well, yeah, I know. It was just supposed to be fun.
See, but you're in the right place, brother, because we are all geeks here.
I'm a proofreader. I think ketchup is fine. I like mustard
Exactly.
too, just to let you know. So,
Oh, that's because people have that fight over catsup and ketchup and ketchup and ketchup and cuckoo. I don't know, man. I that's the way I see it, is ketchup. Anybody who writes catsup bothers me.
Exactly.
I think that's a whole other character. Cats up. Oh man, dude, I gotta say, love the idea with the cryptids. Where did you get it?
So I was looking at a book that had all the different cryptids broken down,
Right.
like what their different heights, their weights, all the different attributes, and it reminded me of back in the day when you had superheroes.
Oh, I got you. Mhm.
I don't know if you collected the Marvel and the DC trading cards.
Yeah, the trading cards and the who's who and the Marvel universe.
And so
I got all that stuff.
that's what it reminded me of. And I thought to myself, oh, well, I could do something similar. I could do a superhero team, but with cryptids. And then the more I started thinking about it, the more I realized, like, oh, if you break down the different cryptids, they kind of fit the archetypes of superhero teams. Like, how there are archetypes, like there's the strong
I see what
guy,
you're saying. Yeah.
there's the mysterious one, there's the
Uh-huh.
sensitive one, there's the loose cannon. And so I started thinking, like, oh, why don't I turn cryptids into a superhero team? And
Love it.
that's what became League of Cryptids.
So that has the follow-up question of, is there a cryptid that you haven't had a chance to use yet that you still want to use?
The Flatwoods Monster.
Yeah. Why?
One of my favorite cryptids. One of the most unique looking cryptids. There are a couple of cryptids that when I look at them, I think to myself, man, how did random people come up with a character this unique looking? And that's kind of what makes me think maybe these guys aren't made up. You know what I mean?
I
It's
agree.
just enough to put a little bit of doubt in my mind.
Yeah, because I'm looking at this and I'm thinking about other ones, like the Shadow Man or the Crone or and they keep, because I love cryptids and as a kid I used to like watch all that stuff. What was that show? In Search Of,
Right.
with Leonard Nimoy explaining everything. And I was like, oh my god! And they would cover cryptids all the time. I gotta say, the Jersey Devil, you know, he's always right there. So, and of course, who doesn't love the Mothman?
Exactly.
I think the artwork's awesome. It looks
Yeah.
really great. It really
It,
does.
it really is good. How much time did it take you guys, to do that?
That's a good question.
So I try to put out a new issue every year. It takes a little bit less than a year, but yeah, more or less.
Well, it's all that
Also,
time.
there's a question for you then. Let's say you were doing this like the classic way, where they wanted you to do a book a month. Would you be able to do
Oh God.
it?
I mean, maybe if I didn't have like a day job, but
Yeah.
that's the problem, right?
Oh, that's always the problem. We
Yeah.
got to pay for the dreams, folks. We got to pay for the dreams.
So, how many hours would you say in the course of, let's just take a month, right? In the course of a month, between, the time that you have to set aside, which is probably not a lot, because I know when I write at night, it's usually for about 2 hours a night, maybe 4 or 5 days a week, depending upon, because we all still got to get up in the next morning and go to our regular job, right?
Exactly.
So how many hours would you put into it?
Ooh.
Okay, so writers hate it when I say this, but the writing is the easy part.
No, I'm a writer, so I'm not. But it is. You're typing. You're typing on a computer. You're coming up with ideas. You're formulating plots and stuff. Like I find making art is harder because you listen. I'm not an artist. I'm not. I could draw stick figures perfectly. But like with the line work, the coloring, the inking, that it takes a lot more time to do that than just sit at the computer and come up with an idea. I totally agree.
So I don't actually write a finished script. I sit and draw.
Oh, I love that.
I
wish I
draw
could do
out the pages because in my I don't know how people who write out scripts know what the finished page is going to look like.
We don't.
Like how do you know how many panels will fit on a page?
Well, I can tell you this much, that when I'm writing a script for a comic, you're kind of envisioning everything, and sometimes what I have to do is draw what I'm looking at and give them the weird rough drawings, the hieroglyphs, so they can have an idea. But there's times where, especially because I was raised in the Marvel way, I'm leaving enough room for the artist to put his mark on it.
Yeah. Well, they said there's two. There's like these are like two ways to do it. Like they call it the DC way, and they call it the Marvel way. But sometimes Marvel people do it the DC way. Sometimes DC people do it the Marvel way. It depends. Yeah. But the DC way is basically you break everything down. Like this is an overhead shot. This is a this. This is a that. This happens here. This happens there. You break everything down to the last detail, so the artist knows what to write. And then the Marvel way is more or less a conversation. It's like the bare bones way is the Stan Lee way. He'll be like, hey, Jack Kirby, I want this guy to fight that guy. I want this to happen. You go draw it. And then they go draw it. They come back. And then, Stan Lee does all the dialogue. But, I mean, sometimes if you want it to be a little bit more than that, but it's usually that. And then a lot of times they're like, if you see some scripts, there's like things in the middle. Like some scripts will start out like, hey, do this, do that, do this, do that. But then sometimes it'll be like, hey, you know what? This was going to happen. Draw it however you want, like every once in a while. Like they'll be or like the artist, the writer will know what the artist is like good at. Like say, rest in peace. Like say if you were writing something for George Perez, like you're insane to not have a scene with like 1 million people because he can do it, and it's gonna look spectacular. So you put that in your story. You do something. You do something for that. That the artist will have a good time drawing. And sometimes
now, are you guys?
Sometimes the conversation will be like, "Hey," the artist will be like, "Hey, man, I can't draw that," and you can like, you tweak your story to something they can draw or something that they're good at drawing. So
now, are you guys sadistic in
that? It's whatever works. There's no right way. It's whatever works for you. It's the relationship you have with the artist, or if you are the artist, it's whatever works. Really, there's no one correct way. Well,
here's my question: Are you guys sadistic in that you guys will make the artist work their ass off on every page?
No.
Or do you realize like, okay, okay, if I'm gonna if I'm gonna draw something, if I'm gonna put something crazy on this page, then the next page I need to like cool off a little bit.
Agreed. Yeah, that's exactly what I do. Like, what I like to do usually with my type of comic book writing is I go with the panels, and then after a couple of pages of panels, I want to do a splash page that kind of like poof, and it kind of hits, so that which I loved when I was reading comics, was like you read a bunch of pages and then you hit this one splash page where all this stuff is happening and you got to pay attention to all the details. But at the same time, you just did all these panels, which is just the story to being told, and I really do love when the artist goes, okay, Ralph, you were talking about this. I think I can do it like this, and I'm like, yeah, go ahead, do it your way, and oh, I think this is gonna work out.
I don't know, I have to politely disagree, because when I go to my artist, I tell him I need excellence in every panel. So it's the way it is.
Yeah, I'll chime in here.
And that artist being me, so it's like I'm a perfectionist.
I'll chime in here. I don't do comics. I do book. I just tell someone to make something really cool looking on the front cover of the Dark Legend, and there we go. But like, hey, like a lot of people, it's. I mean, you guys are doing comics. It's a lot harder. Like it would be great to see like the Dark Legend of Foreigner, like a comic book strip, because I think you could do so much with it, right? But man, I mean, you would like the details and just how I envision like the story, like I'm the creator of that, right? So you envision and you see certain things. So I don't do art, so now my narrative is being controlled by someone else, right? And how I'm describing it and hoping those descriptions are coming off to them where they understand that, like I was never good at artwork and I never will be. Like I said, I could draw stick figures perfectly, just like a 7-year-old. Do that spot on. I could challenge a 7-year-old too. But I was never good at art. But like when I see the talent that comes on this show or any cons that I go, and indie artists and how they do, I'm just flabbergasted on how well they do it. It's amazing. But it's like
I'll tell you one thing. So I've done comic books by myself, and I've also done comic books where I'm collaborating with people.
Right.
And I will say one of the greatest feelings in the world is getting that artwork back.
Yeah.
And it looks better than what you
originally imagined. I agree.
Completely agree. I gotta also say, Grant, that it's funny because when I picture the comic book that I'm doing, I'm doing it the way you're doing it, which is like you see all the action happening, you're drawing it out. That's why I'm like, I wish I could do it that way. Like all I can give you is this is what I'm thinking, and this is what it looks like to me, and like maybe a shadowy type of thing, and give you an idea. The other thing is to try to explain it as much as I can. But there's also, like I said, there's room because I'm picturing something, but at the same time, there's this whole concept of, well, if this fight is happening, and we need to get to over here, now you need to, if you got an idea, go for it, on how we can get there.
Yeah, and people I collaborate with, I usually say to them, so this is my idea. Just so you know, I'm not going to be mad at you if you have a different idea.
Yeah.
I don't know how much they. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've been a work for hire guy in the past, so I know when you're a work for hire guy, you want to get to the approval place as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they listen to me when I say, hey, if you have a different idea, feel free to throw that out there.
So, Grant, do you think you worked with a couple of people? Do you feel like the majority of the time they go in that direction, or do they just try to get back to you as fast as possible?
Usually they take my idea and they make it better. That's my
good too.
opinion.
That's good too.
Mm-hmm. I mean the images that I show them are pretty simple,
right?
And they usually take them and make. Sorry. They usually make them more interesting, in my opinion. I don't know. Would you agree with that?
I gotta say, yeah, the majority of the time when I finally see something back, it's that moment you're saying you get it back and you're like, holy crap! This, you're like, I was picturing stuff, but this is not what I was picturing. This is way better than what I was picturing.
I have the same thing when I'm trying to describe what I want on the cover. And you guys are talking about different things that you guys are going through, right? All the frames and everything. But when I get like the front and the back cover, and you're trying to describe what you want, right? Just the ideas of what that cover is gonna, bam, just stand out. There's so many times where I get it back from my artist and I'm like, holy crap, this is 10 times better than I thought. But it's like kind of like what you guys have said. You guys are, like you put your ideas and things that you want, and then when you see that impactful picture, like I'm just going on obviously because I just read the books, but like that one cover is like, man, that's a lot better than I envisioned, but which is always a good thing, because this is what you want,
So let's go to the videotape so we can show off the beautiful stuff that you have done to show this off. And I always like when somebody puts a video on it. Here we go.
Sasquatch, the Loch Ness Monster, Mothman, the Jersey Devil, Chupacabra. For millennia, these creatures have perplexed the human race. But what if they are forces of good? What if they have been sent here by a federation of more advanced alien species to help and defend the human race? That's the premise of League of Cryptids, a new comic book by Grant Lankard, creator of the smash hits Beowulf and Memoirs of the Morbid. His new comic, League of Cryptids, is a 4-part story involving these 5 creatures banding together to defend Earth from an invading alien race, just as one of their members is losing faith in the human race and questioning their mission. Check out the epic conclusion to the story in League of Cryptids 4. Available only on Kickstarter.
I gotta say, I loved the video when I saw it before, and I was like, I gotta show this thing off because it kind of reminds me of the old Justice League type of thing. Solomon Grundy.
At the whole of justice.
Exactly.
Voiceover was great, Grant. Who
Yeah.
got to do that? That was
Thanks,
amazing.
guys.
Yeah, it was great.
Thank you.
Like we're talking about different images, right? It's funny. Like when I write the Dark Legend, I always have to have like a title, right? Like I started out with the numbers and now I'm kind of doing Roman numerals because I think it's a cleaner look, right? For book 4, 5, 6, like I had number 3 just as the number 3. But when I come up with an idea, I have to think of the name of the book, right? Dark Legend, Dark Lords, or the 6 Dark Horses. I have to think of the title before I think of the concept, right? Isn't it? I don't know. Like, some people have, they already have the idea. So each on my cell phone and my, my personal phone, I have the individual titles listed, right? So I have the concept that I'm going to go after, and a lot of people like He's like, really? He's like, you don't have, I'm like, no, I have to focus on that idea before I start writing. I can't write like and come up with like, hey, let me write this, especially more if they're sequels, right? Like I have other projects I want to do. It's always finding the time to get them done. But then I just so in tune with the Dark Legend that it just keeps on coming. Oh, that'll be cool. That'll be cool. Like I have like 7 different like titles, that I have. I'm like, man, I gotta stop thinking, but like you have to like it just for me, just the working title that I have, then I could go on what the story is and continue with, maybe some added new characters, some old characters or whatever,
I can tell you, I can tell you that's hard for me too. Staying focused on a title when you have other ideas.
Oh, I'm sure.
I think is that what you were trying to say?
Yeah, it depends, I guess, on the person, and I mean, people ask me this stories, but I have like literally in my brain 6 Dark Legend stories. Trying to remember, gets a little foggy from now.
I don't know, man. I can tell you this, Frank. If I was to sit here and try to think of the title before I write the story would never happen.
like I say, there's different approaches to.
Oh no, there is. It completely is. I'm
right.
just telling you that with
me. I know how you are. Trust me, I know. But like it's weird. I can't. More or less with that book series, right? I could come up with other ideas, I'm sure. But like as the sequels go on, because Ralph, I know you forever. Like how in tuned I am. With those stories, I have to come up with the title before I start writing. Other stories, no problem. But it's just that particular one because there's so many. There's just so many titles that I have. It's just like it's weird, especially with that. With other stories that I write or just have ideas, no, just not. It just doesn't like, But it's just with that particular story, it has to be that way. It's funny. Like I tell people that and they look at me like people I know for like long periods of time. And they're like, really? You have to do that? You have to do that? Like, yeah.
Well, your books are like movies. So it's like they need the subtitles to tell you what the story, the book's going to be about.
I actually never thought about it from that standpoint. Well, I mean, you read the book. So, they read like big budget movies,
right.
So,
I need the subtitles,
You were gonna say, Grant?
No, I think I was just agreeing with him.
Okay. No. I thought I saw like a thought process happening, and I was like, all right. But Grant, tell the people one more time where they can find you and all the good stuff as I put up the league back up here. Hold on.
So check out the League of Cryptids Kickstarter. I think you posted the link in there.
Yep.
Otherwise, the publisher is comicsburg.com. And if you want to find me on any of the social medias, well, except for Twitter, I'm Grant Lankard or GW Lankard. It's a relatively distinct name. I'm the only Grant Lankard on any of these social medias.
I gotta say, it's so easy to find you on social media.
Exactly.
It's made life easier. You are also going to be at cons, right?
Yeah, I have a lot of cons coming up. Three Rivers Con is coming up.
That's a good one.
I'm going to be at Space in Columbus.
You
guys want to check that out? Yeah, thank you for having me on your show. I will.
Brett, anytime you want to come on.
I will let you know. My show is coming. Is going to be on after this. So anybody who's watching, please finish watching Rafael's show, and after that, if you want to come over and check out my show, I'd be more than happy.
Are you just starting right after the show, or do you have a specific start time?
I'm starting at 9.
Okay, there you go. So it is right after. Yeah. Oh well, yeah. We should be finished before 9. All right, Mr. Paul. Why don't you tell the people all the good stuff?
I'm gonna call it a night. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, you gotta get ready for your show.
Good luck. Nice
Good
meeting
night,
you, Grant.
guys. Thank you.
Shouldn't Frank go next? I think Frank should go next.
You want Frank to go next? Frank, go
Yeah,
next.
Frank. He's got the books. Come on, man. He's got MegaCon coming up, right?
Yeah, you sure, Paul?
Yeah, go for it, man.
All right. I always like to be nice to everybody, but yeah, my name's Frank DiStefano. If you haven't heard of me, I'm sure you've seen it on social media. I will be at MegaCon this weekend. Well, not this weekend, starting Thursday. Hopefully, I don't get delayed with the weather and all that fun stuff. So that's already on my mind. But anyway, I will be at MegaCon down in Orlando, Florida, at the Orange County Convention Center this Thursday, starting. I believe it starts around 2 for VIPs. 2 to 9 on Thursday. Then I think it's like 10 to 10 to 7 on Friday, 10 to 7 on Saturday, 10 to 5 on Sunday. Draws about 50,000 per day, just about. I will be in Artist Alley at table 279A with the Dark Legend of the Foreigner book series, and I'll have a few Cody Cobbs that I still have. It's more a suspense thriller with that one. But my go-to is always the Dark Legend of the Foreigner. I have book 1, 2, and 3. I'm currently working. Book 4 and book 5 will be probably edited within the next. Book 4 is being edited now. Mr. Crease Lee will be doing my covers from now on. So I'm sure you guys are going to be excited to see that. Because well, we all know who he is, and maybe some people don't. I don't know, but he does. He's a great guy. Grew up in the same town I did, which is kind of funny,
It is funny how life is that way.
Yeah, really, But book 4, I believe, will be ready about August. So Fan Expo Boston, it'll be ready for. We're trying to coordinate, see if he's going to be going to Boston. If not, we're going to try to coordinate with us doing something there. But he's got to wait to see, with that. But it'll be great if he could go there, and then we could do something together, at Boston Fan Expo. So more to come on that. But you can find me if you can't make it down to MegaCon. You can check it out at my website, frankdistefanoauthor.com. Social media is at my name, frank.distefano on Instagram and Facebook. I think it's the same thing. I usually am on Instagram, TikTok. I don't even remember because someone hacked my account. So I had to change that. I'm not quite on there that much, but you'll see me all around. You can message me on any platform that's not called Twitter. Facebook and Instagram I'm more on. So you could check me out there, and we're going to be rocking and rolling, with the Dark Legend series.
It's exciting, Frank. I'm really happy for you, man. You're doing great.
And
you're like, getting your book out. It's awesome.
You know what it is? I started out, I did Terrificon, was probably my 3rd or 4th con, right? I did forgot there was one in Pennsylvania.
Hershey?
No, Altoona I did. It was shortly after I met Ralph when we did East Coast Comic Con, and then I did like an indie one that was in Jersey someplace. I forgot the indie one that was there.
What are we talking about?
The cons, the first few cons that I did, right?
Well, the first con you did is gone. It doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, but like I did like Altoona. I did Altoona once. I did a few in Jersey where I met you, Ralph, and then there was an indie one. And then I did Terrificon. Just gradually doing the bigger ones, right? Like last year I did a lot of smaller ones, some.
It's like we were saying earlier. You actually played the small game. You hit all the small cons, and then you started to gradually raise
the big ones, right? So I mean, I got some heavy hitters this year. I mean, I got what? Let's see. I got MegaCon, Boston Fan Expo, I got Dallas Fan Expo. I got one in Raleigh. I think I'm in Dallas twice, possibly 3 times for a book signing over there. Um, so and then some of the smaller ones that are just the 2 days. So I take the times off for those bigger cons. Just the one day. The one day I'll work Thursday, and then I'll fly out Thursday night. So but man, I've gotten a lot of love from a lot of friends and a lot of fans in those particular states. So yeah, getting it out there is like another full-time job. So I mean, I've gotten love from them, and I can't say anything about them because the fans were very receptacle back to my ideas, just like we all were talking about. We're very passionate about what we're selling, we're very passionate about what we're creating, but we also want the fans to accept it, and they see it on social media, they see it at a con, they're very interested in everything that we are creating. And if you're not passionate about your own items, then why should the other fans gravitate towards what you're creating?
So we met you at New Jersey Comic Expo.
Oh, don't post that. Please don't do that.
Oh, no. I just wanted to find the name. I don't got
East Coast. Yeah. You know what was crazy, Drew? When we were on lockdown, I don't think I told you this, Rob. I think I found them, right? The people, and I had reached out to them. I think it was on Facebook Messenger. And I reached out to them and I'm like, hey, are you still doing this? And they one of them, whoever saw it, they're like, yeah, we kind of retired. Oh, okay. It was like during COVID. I just remember reaching out to them because I was like I said,
I think COVID was what killed them, if I remember right.
I think that's what they said. I mean,
they did one more in 2019. Yeah, I think they did one more in 2019. And after that, we didn't see anymore.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
COVID killed a few cons.
That killed a lot of cons.
Yeah. There's a lot of cons that don't exist anymore, folks.
Yeah, and then it's other people striving there, creating new businesses, but the old ones that we appreciated, COVID hurt a lot, and listen, Amazon grew as big as Amazon has been, right?
I miss the Liberty City Anime Con because
that was a great con.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about
it. Was the weirdest, strangest experience every time, and you come out of there with stories of stuff. Oh man.
Well, you guys are more in the city.
Liberty. Oh my god, it was so weird.
Oh my god, yeah.
I used to see that pop up, and I was like, "Oh man, I should really try this." I never got around to it, but yeah, I mean, I hear the stories from Ralph and Tony, and Nathan, and just about all the ones that they do. But we listen. I'm very grateful for that opportunity. For people accepting and the fans accepting. My ideas, and they always come. What makes you feel good? Like when I've gone back to MegaCon, and I'm doing my postings and my ads and whatever, and there are people that come back. Oh, we always see you coming back to MegaCon. We always see you coming back. And you know what? Like how great that is to hear,
especially when they're waiting for you. Yeah.
Yeah. As a creator, like I'm creating art, right? Writings in my books that obviously writing is personal, but you're letting the rest of the world read it. You're letting those people be adopt to what you're creating, and your passion and how I talk about it. Man, I probably bring about 100 books each, and I don't even know if that's enough. It's a great time, man. I mean, the amount of hours that I put into that con, it's like basically that I'm working like 2 straight weeks. because most people work 40 hours, right? You put in your 40 hours, but that whole con is like another 34, 35 hours you're sitting at a con. So that's like a whole nother week's work. But you know what? It's a very delightful one. As beat up as I get, it's a very delightful one because it's like you're connecting with the fans and they show the appreciation, and I love that. And who wouldn't?
Exactly. Mega Con. Be there, folks. All right, Paul. Now it is your turn. Go for it.
Okay, thanks, Rafael. So, yeah, I'm Paul Hebert, creator and founder of Time Enforcers. It is a role-playing video game, digital comic that makes learning history fun. And that's really the key, is wanting to get kids engaged and wanting to learn more about history. And so coming out of COVID, I saw the challenge that both educators and students faced in terms of trying to figure out how to learn in a virtual environment. And it was hard because the teachers weren't provided the right tools and the kids were just bored. So this is where the idea for Time Forces came up. It started out as a video game. Episode 1 is available on the app stores for Mac, PC, Android, and iOS. And being the creative individual I am and an ADD person I think I'm becoming, I just realized that, just a video game is not going to cut it. So part of the reason for episode 2 is, and to get the videos going within it, I have to create artwork. So I'm going to essentially, the animations in episode 2 are going to be animated, created animations out of artwork. And so to do that, you have to create pings and all that kind of good stuff. But making the artwork means that I can repurpose it. So I'm going to repurpose the artwork for a comic book. So instead of a digital comic book like we did with episode 1, I'm actually going to do a print version of the comic book. That hopefully will be done by the June show for Garden State Comic Fest. And those will be available for sale. And going to Long Island Tabletop, now 2 weeks ago, I can't believe it was 2 weeks, it feels like a month ago, inspired me to take what I have already created for the video game, the comic book, and repurpose that and make a tabletop role-playing game. And so I discussed my game engine with Rafael. He thought it was great. He said, how long did it take you to do this? I said, about a day and a half. But it was I'm
still surprised and impressed.
I wanted something simple. I played D&D, I played Star Wars, I played all these games, and by the time you get the game set up, my kids were bored. I was bored. We never played the game. So I really wanted to make a game that was going to be easy to set up, literally 5 minutes to learn, and then just go and have fun. And it's going to include kind of like a Trivial Pursuit option for it, but it'll also have some role-playing options as well. So I'm trying to combine Trivial Pursuit, Dungeons and Dragons, and also some adventure sequences with it. So hopefully it'll be the type of thing where kids not only learn about history, but they get inspired to start creating their own stories, which is going to be kind of cool. So
yeah, folks, you guys want to help him out. He could use the team to keep creating all the beautiful stuff that he's creating.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's like, I'm really looking to get a Kickstarter up for the tabletop RPG. Mm-hmm. Speaking with Rafael, I think using the comic book as stretch goals would be really cool. I've met so many artists over the course of this venture that I really want to tap them for variant covers for the comic book. Like I know Chris Mad, probably Eddie Avila. There's some lesser known artists that I've met through the Kubert School that, I definitely want to tap as well. And so I'm thinking those can be used as stretch goals along with the tabletop game and, go from there. So, and then we got, some really cool stuff too from Russ from Game of Tunes going on. He did our first blip chip, which is kind of cool. It features the Inquisitor. We're going to have a second blip chip coming that's going to feature Chronolith, which is kind of fun. He did a really great job. And he's actually doing a great job with that one, so I'm pretty excited.
It looks really good.
Yeah. And he's got the theme music to go along with it, too, which is really awesome. So
blip chip.
So, there's a lot of fun stuff going on. I just, want as much enthusiasm as I can behind it. Because the ultimate goal right now is to create an education program for schools. I have a full curriculum set up for 5th to 10th grade. It has a full back end already developed for teachers so they can track the kids' projects and assign grades and put comments in and all that kind of good stuff. So I'm trying to make this as a frictionless process as possible for the educators, but make it fun for kids who want to learn. And so, I'm working with my wife on this. She is actually in education. She works at the regional center at Fairleigh Dickinson University. She helps kids who have disabilities to go through and graduate college. And a lot of these kids make the dean's list. So a lot of these kids come into the program being totally written off by previous educators saying they can't do it. And she says, yes, you can. And for the majority of the kids that go through the program, they do it. So it's all inspiring to me to see her do the work she's doing and to bring her talents to this project. It just gives, what I'm doing a sense of credibility even more than what I am able to put into it. So that's what makes it really a cool project.
I gotta say, you're a really good team player. I do like all the stuff that you do. You actually do define what I say here all the time, where we're raising each other up. We raise each other up, and that's what you do. You don't just, I don't feel like you're just in it for yourself. You do want to get your project out there, but you're like, let's help everybody else. Help me get to where I need to go.
Yep. So it's just, I'm getting more excited. I mean, it's been kind of tough trying to get all this artwork done. I mean, the progress on issue 2 is going really well. I've kind of got about, I think, close to 18 pages done. I'm really hoping to nail around 24 to 28 pages and then go to print with that. So, and the storyline, we were talking about, how stories formulate over the course of time. A lot of people just write scripts and other people will actually, create as they go. I'm definitely a create as I go type because I'm finding more things out about the character development, about the way the story is flowing. I mean, I've been a comic book reader all my life, and so I've seen how storytelling can work, and I'm really trying to apply those experiences to this product. I think it's going to be something more than just a simple comic about time and forces. I really will make this impactful, and then hopefully people get turned on to it and just go from there. So I'm not trying to make it bigger than it is, but I really want to make it something that's going to be, of value. And that's really my ultimate goal. So.
And you're doing a good job. Just need a team. Come on, folks. Let's get them a team.
You're doing an awesome job, Paul, man.
Thanks, Frank.
You put that stuff out there, the ideas are awesome. And you have an ultimate goal for learning and listen, I think everything is fantastic that you're doing,
Thanks, Ben. Appreciate it. I appreciate the support. Investors would be great.
Uh-huh. So, Tony, do you got anything to say before we go?
No. I got nothing.
No type ups, no reviews, no.
I finished watching Baki. I just haven't gotten around to reviewing it. It's Baki. It's awesome. It's an anime. People getting punched in the face. I don't know. I'm watching One Piece now. It's great too. So,
you're watching the show too, right?
What happened?
You're watching the show too, right?
Yeah. I got like 3 episodes left this season. And
I've heard good things about this season. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's even better than the first season. It's crazy. The anime season should finish about 2-3 weeks, so there'll be a bunch of reviews. So just hang in there. So I think we're on week 11, and usually the anime seasons end 12 episodes of 13. So there should be some more reviews coming up soon. So
there you have it, folks. Go check out all the beautiful stuff that Tony's up to. You guys
We're going to be up to. Or going to be up to.
Dude, you have writing on the page. They can go check out the old stuff. Come on.
Oh, yeah, sure. Go ahead. Yeah.
Tony's funny. Go read his stuff.
Sure.
All right, folks. On this show, when it ends, I press the button, and this happens. Hold on a second.
Yo, which show?
Yeah, which show is it? Oh, no. I've lost track.
You used the Wednesday intro, so...
It's mega time.
Let's say